大家好，欢迎大家来到跟杨老师学中文频道，我是杨丽璇。Hi everyone, welcome you all to study Chinese with Teacher Yang channel. I'm Yang Lixuan. The Chinese lessons in this channel have been especially designed for the Chinese language learners who are in beginner and intermediate levels. The lessons for beginner level will be broadcasted every Saturday, whereas those for intermediate level will be broadcasted on Sundays. Moreover, there'll be extra lessons and chit-chat China sessions from my old podcast programs made especially for YouTube channel. Apart from what I've mentioned, I'll also produce new clips related to Chinese lessons and cultures and more if time allows. Please share, subscribe, and press the bell for notification so you won't miss a nice Chinese language learning program in which each single episode was carefully and attentively done for you all. Today, I'll share with you about my trip to Beijing last month. I'll tell you where I visited and what kind of food that I had when I was there. Well, actually, we don't visit much places. Most of the time, we just visit relatives, friends, and also do a lot of shoppings. So you get to know where I go for shopping in Beijing and what kinds of food that I had in Beijing. And if you're ready, give me a grin and let's get to Beijing together. Let's go! First of all, let's recall our memory where Beijing is located on the map of China. Here it is. I've shared details about Beijing in lesson 32 of intermediate lessons. You can go back and have a look at that lesson. Lesson 32, intermediate lesson. And let's look at Beijing map or Beijing 地图. Here is the place that I live. It's in Tongzhou or Tongzhou district, right here. And this is the map of the subway lines in Beijing. If you remember, there are two international airports in Beijing. The one northeast one is called 北京首都国际机场, Beijing Capital International Airport. And down south is the new airport called 北京大兴国际机场 or 北京大兴 International Airport. And here are the subway that takes me home right here. Around this area, it's quite close to Universal Beijing Resort. And here are the two airports that I mentioned. This time, I flew from Bangkok to Beijing 首都国际机场 or Beijing Capital International Airport. And I also take another plane from Beijing 大兴国际机场 to Chengdu City. So I have a chance to visit both of these international airports. Well, Beijing 大兴 is new and big and huge and beautifully decorated, but it's quite far from my house. We flew from this airport to Chengdu City. And let's come back to see where I visited or where I went for shopping during this trip to Beijing. I'll see you soon.著名景点, famous attractions. As I said earlier, I didn't visit much places during this trip. I mostly go for shopping. And here are the places that I went for shopping. This first one is the department store near my house in Tongzhou district or Tongzhou 区. It's called Tianjie or Paradise Walk, Tianjie. And these are some clip videos at one of the shops in Tianjie department store. If those of you who like blind box, here is the place for you. Enjoy! So the cost of each box is around 59 yuan up to like 79 yuan, or there are some that is 99 yuan and 109 yuan, depends. Okay, let's get out of Tianjie department store and visit another place for shopping. And I think you are familiar with this one, but you don't know how it's called in Chinese. This place is called Di Ka Nong. So I went there to buy my climbing shoes. Remember, we used this in climbing Mount Ermei that I shared with you last week. So this place is also quite close to my house. It took like only 2 bus stops to get there. Di Ka Nong. And next place downtown for shopping, it's Wangfujing. Wangfujing is close to Tiananmen Square. It's just the east of Tiananmen Square, 1 stop from subway from Tiananmen East Station. This is the place for tourists as well for shopping. Wangfujing, it's downtown Beijing. And another place on the west side of Tiananmen Square, 1 stop to the west is Xidan. There are some department stores over there. So I went there for a meal and also for shop around for a little. This is called Xidan. And another place is called Liulishang. For those of you who love like Chinese handicrafts or calligraphy, here is the place for you. Have a look at one of the shops in Liulishang area. This is the place for those who are into the calligraphy thing about Chinese character, writing with the calligraphy brush. And also there is like ink stones sold here in this shop, but it is quite costly. Here are some more. Have a look and enjoy. This is one of the shops in Liulishang area, and there are many more shops around selling these stuffs or these things around Liulishang area. You can check it out if you are into this calligraphy or the ancient things, or even the Chinese old drawings, stuff like that. You can have a look around this area. It's like southwest of Beijing, around that area, Liulishang area. Check it out. And from Liulishang, we rode a public bicycle to Qianmen area. Here are some pictures of Qianmen area. And we found one bookstore which is quite nice, and I enjoy it a lot. It's quite a big bookstore. This is the children's book zone in that bookstore. Have a look. apart from the books, you can buy like stationeries or some other stuff. There are also jigsaws or blind box selling there as well. So this bookstore is in Xianmen area. And last but not least, this is the only place or tourist attraction that we visited during this trip in Beijing. Most of the time, as I said, we only visited relatives and friends and also go shopping. But this is the only place that we have a one-day trip to, which is Beijing 环球度假区 or Universal Beijing Resort. Next week, I'll share about my one-day trip here in Universal. And these are all the places that we visited during our trip last October. Next, we'll come back to see what I have eaten there in Beijing. Of course, not all of them. I have eaten a lot of food, but I'll share some of the Beijing food mostly. I'll see you soon. Now let's have a look at Beijing 美食 or Beijing delicacy. Have a look at these pictures. Let me first start with breakfast. There is 馄饨河粉和芦笋. It's kind of like a rice noodle with dumpling and also bamboo shoots. This is my favorite breakfast. I had the big bowl all by myself, and I still feel like having it more. And the second breakfast that we had is this one, tofu nao. Tofu nao. This is kind of like tofu with some sauce. It tastes salty and sticky. Tofu nao. Most Beijingers love to have this for breakfast. And another one, Chinese bun with the meat stuffing. It's called 肉馅包子. 肉馅包子. And the last breakfast that I like to share here, 油条. 油条 is fried dough stick. And also 煮茶蛋. 煮茶蛋, boiled tea leaves, eggs. 煮茶蛋. You can have it at Thai. It's different from general boiled eggs. This is with some salty taste and also some smells of the tea. So it's called 煮茶蛋, boiled tea leaf egg. And apart from breakfast, this is my favorite food. It's 火锅. 火锅. I have shared some of the lessons about 火锅, how to order 火锅 in China. Yesterday in beginner lessons. You can check it out. I put the link below. And next kind of food, it's 饺子. 饺子. It's Chinese dumpling. There are many different choices of stuffing that you can choose from. This is suitable for having it with family. The meaning behind having 饺子 together is like family reunion. It means family getting back together again. 饺子. Usually Chinese people usually have this during special day or special festivals with family. And this is what I have not missed is Beijing 烤鸭, typical Beijing food. Beijing roasted duck. Beijing 烤鸭. We've tried 2 different restaurants. And another one is the noodle dish of outside Beijing. It's Beijing 炸酱面. Beijing 炸酱面. You mix the sauce with the noodles before you eat. It's yummy. Beijing 炸酱面. We had this at Xianmen area. Remember that we went shopping there. And this is our dinner. 炸酱面. Beijing 炸酱面. And here is also what we had at Xianmen, 糖葫芦. 糖葫芦. It is fruits coated with some sugar. It tastes sour and sweet. And it's a popular snack during fall and winter in Beijing. You could find it during this time a lot though. And that's all what we had in Beijing. Actually, we've tried different kinds of food apart from Beijing food. We had like Fujian food, or we had also Cantonese food. We had Sichuan style food. So you can find all kinds of, Chinese food from different places in Beijing. So there are lots of varieties of food in Beijing, the capital city of China. And that's it for this week's lesson. Come back next week for one-day trip at Universal Beijing Resort.好了，这就是今天的课了，别忘我们的口号啊！我学习，我聪明，我快乐，耶！ I study, I'm smart, I'm happy, yay! Slogan of Study Chinese with Teacher Yang channel. Thank you for watching and subscribing. See you all next video. Bye! 感谢大家关注，咱们下集再见。